It's Kitchen Courses with Kate and Eric.
Our dish today, we're going to be making sloppy joes. And it's really, I have this like back and forth with people when I talk about sloppy joes because where I'm from, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I used to call sloppy joes wet Wimpies. Sloppy joes were originally, a tavern owner in Sioux Falls, Iowa, supposedly created the first sloppy joe. His name was supposedly Joe. And
Supposedly?
well, it's just interesting that there's the regionalisms that come out when you make anything like a sloppy joe or a wet wimpy. But I am on the search, so if anybody watching this in the world knows where the term wet wimpy comes from, I would love to know because I was trying to do research and I didn't find anything. So, the ingredients for the sloppy joe. So this serves 4. So if you're wanting to make it for 8 people, you're going to double it. But the recipe is actually, it truly is a family recipe. And so this is what we got.
I can't help but notice that your first ingredient is fat.
It is. So this is my dad. This is my dad, Irv. So he put
Higher.
1 tablespoon fat. So you can use butter, you can use olive oil. So that's what he means by fat.
Oh.
So you put a tablespoon of fat. I used canola oil. So 1 tablespoon of canola oil or other fat that you like to use. A pound of ground beef. I like the 80-20. So you're going to brown the ground beef off and drain any fat remaining. And then you're going to add a half of a cup of chopped onion, a half of a cup of celery, and a half of a cup of green bell pepper, which is known as it's like the holy trinity in a lot of Cajun cooking is the onion, celery, and pepper. So you're going to add that and cook that down. And then you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. And for me, that was about 3 larger cloves. So you just cook that, you get the vegetables cooked down, you get the meat cooked down and browned, and then you're going to add a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I still can't say this, I can't say it every episode.
It's a weird word. I don't understand why it exists.
So 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar, a teaspoon of dried mustard. We could also use Dijon if you didn't have dried, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. So you're going to kind of add those spices, make sure that's all incorporated, and then you're going to add a half a cup of chili sauce and a cup of water, and you're going to kind of let that reduce into this lovely loose meat sloppy joe wet wimpy sandwich.
For about a half hour.
Yes, for about a half hour.
And then you serve it up on a bun.
I serve it up on a bun.
Do you have a preferred kind of bun?
Some of the hamburger rolls are really they're kind of wimpy. They're kind of just like, they get soft and really pliable. You want a hamburger bun that's going to be able to stand up and be able to kind of like soak in some of the kind of like chili sauce juices. So I like one that is kind of has a little more substance to it. Have to eat it with kettle cooked potato chips because that's how it's what I had growing up.
This tastes delicious.
So we are really lucky because our friend Jack is here and he actually knows, he's from Iowa and is able to tell us a little bit of knowledge about loose meat sandwiches.
I just wanted to add a little footnote about Maid-Rights, as they were called in Iowa. There was several restaurants that went by the name Maid-Right. That's what they specialized was in loose meats. And my favorite was actually Tasty's In-N-Out because they were so ridiculously good. And what they did instead of French fries was that they would actually cut little onion pieces, bread them, fry them, and then they would give you like little sour cream cups, like some specialized sauce that you could dip them in. So you get like the loose meat and these like fried onion chips that were just amazing.
So like a diced onion ring, but not in a ring shape?
It was actually, I don't know how they did it because it was almost like they were little curved chips somehow. So it was just the most amazing thing. They weren't onion rings though,
So good.
They were like little solid pieces.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, it was quite delicious.
So the it's Maid?
Maid-Rights.
Maid-Rights.
And Tasty's In-N-Out.
And where are they located in Iowa?
Maid-Rites were kind of scattered throughout.
Yep.
But
You're using
a
the
little bit
past tense an
central.
awful lot.
You know, I don't think they're as popular. A lot of them have gone out of style nowadays.
Okay.
Tasty's In and Out was more western Iowa,
Okay.
and they had 3 locations in Sioux City, and I think they're just down to 1 now. But
Okay. So we're bringing them back. We're bringing back the loose meat sandwich, and we're gonna give a shout out to Iowa and to these two venues.
yay!
Thanks, Jack.
Yep.
Bye, Jack.
Bye.
Do you have any fun stories? Do you think of Adam Sandler's like
I almost
lunch
started
lady?
singing that.
Sing it! I don't remember how it goes.
No, it's the only part that I know is slap at you, slap at you. In his weird Adam Sandler. Not that I'm criticizing Adam Sandler's voice, because I know that mine's not the greatest, but when he sings, he does like a weird thing with his voice.
He does.